Should I change anything in this deck? I don't know. Potentially not the worst just to throw one of those guys back in. Take me back to the max. He's a strong, even if it's an attack deck, just him running around and boosting everyone doesn't hurt. Especially if I have him, if I get to start the game with him, then he's in my starting hand, which means that he will then boost everyone over the course of the entire match. That's probably worth keeping around. What's this town shape like? Looks like I'm going north first. Yeah? My queen, this building houses the bank of Clan Zigrin. The banker claims that should we invest now, in a few months' time our worth shall increase threefold. It sounds too good to be true. Should we invest anything? Oh boy. Well, I always have too much gold compared to wood anyway. Why not play a fun gamble and see how screwed I get? Yeah. The possible gains are too great to squander. Invest a large amount. I'm gonna get screwed. We'll see. It's always a fun gamble. It happens a lot. It's a really common trope in RPGs to have that currency investment you can do early-ish in the game that later on you find out whether or not the game.
The sound of approaching hoofbeats made Meve turn to see Reynard spurring on his panting horse, galloping at a breakneck speed towards her.
Ill tidings I bring, your grace.
Clearly. Glad tidings never arrive with such urgency.
Our scouts captured a Nilfgaardian messenger. He was traveling in disguise, and by night. When he realized his capture was imminent, he strove to destroy the letters he carried. We were able to salvage some, in parts.
Anything of interest?
Yes, there is, I fear. Your Majesty, you must listen. Consider your offer accepted. Direct Meve and her force to the agreed site. We await their arrival. Your reward shall be as agreed. Hail Keritsa.
A traitor. We might have expected as much. Nilfgaard has shown amply that it abides only by the rules it sets. Since they have not proved able to defeat me in the field, in open battle, they seek other means. I suppose the scroll bears no name.
It does not, your grace.
The messenger. Have you questioned him?
Naturally, your grace. Alas, he knows not to whom the letter is directed. He was to leave it in an agreed spot.
I take it tidings of the whole affair have spread throughout the force?
Yes, your Majesty. The witnesses were too many to keep this fact a secret.
We must thus assume the traitor in our ranks knows it as well, and will make no attempt to retrieve the scroll. A dead end. Have we any other leads or clues?
None, I fear, your Majesty. We must be alert. Keep a keen eye on events as they unfold, and exercise great caution in forging new acquaintances.
Very well. Eyes wide open, all senses attuned. Yours in particular, Reynard.
Of course, my liege.
There's a traitor in our midst. Oh, and that dropped morale. There aren't that many people that could be the traitor. It's most likely one of these characters. You could be gone, I believe. Barnabas is a bit less suspicious because we rescued him. That'd be a set of elaborate theater if that was all like just a trick to get him into our ranks. And I assume it's not Knickers. I would actually suspect Gabor the most to be the traitor, because Gabor's the one that like earnestly, or like he's the one that like kind of forcefully joined our crew and had this whole explanation set up for why he's eager to join our crew and work with us and stuff like that. And that all could be a ruse because he's actually working for Nilfgaard or something like that. That could totally be the case. I don't know. Once again, this guy like If it's Xavier, he's really committed to the part because he's really suffered for this deception if it's him. Yeah, meanwhile, either of these characters might have left if I kept Rayla in the party, and it's clearly not Rayla. And Gascon would just be such a boring person to be the traitor. That'd be disappointing. Intercepted letter. Consider your offer accepted. Direct Meve and her force to the agreed site. We await their arrival. The reward shall be agreed. As agreed. Hail Kirzair. Didn't even write it in code or anything, huh? It's too bad that we now know about what happened. It's just too bad the word got out, because it would have been nice to intentionally leave the letter at the agreed site and then have Gascon, the spy, the most spy-like character we have, be the one who, like, watches out for who picks it up and so on. Oh well, this will fix some of it. Yay. Praying. We're getting there. Get me that 4K. Then I can stop thinking about wood for at least a while. Your Majesty. Why is this grayed out? Oh, it's the Ek option. Oh, you still see the options about characters who are gone now. That's interesting. Something dwells in this house. A beast with the burning red eyes and frightening growl. Perhaps it guards something worth finding, but only a few brave souls will be able to fit inside. Not all might return. Yep. So that's the usual thing. Okay. So yes, there are a bunch of things that specifically reward you for keeping characters like Rayla or Ek or other people in the party, and this is an example of those. As I was suspecting, the only thing is I wasn't sure whether or not or when certain characters might be able to leave the party, but now we've had it happen twice, so we have more information to work with. And now we know that they even still show up, even if you don't have those characters. So I have not been missing out on secret options along the way or anything, because I would have seen them in this form. As are the typical odds in wartime. Send them in. Ooh, tainted ale. Sorry, 3 dead people. But it's one of these guys. I need them. I need them all, even though I might not even use it. Tainted ale, restraint. Mark a unit and boost it by 10. After 3 turns, on turn start, destroy the unit and self. Oh, right. The Tainted Ale was... I think this was created by our gnome character once. Or was an option I could create. So I've actually seen this before as a result. It was spoiled. That beer's supposed to be green. There's green... It's green in Star Trek. I still have mixed feelings about this one. But yeah, I don't know if I will use it. Could be useful for destroying a very powerful enemy that you want to get rid of, but it has to be so powerful that you want to single it out and use a specific trinket on it and only it, but also not a boss. And that's kind of a contradiction a little bit, I would say. Is there a way to go down there or something? Oh, just go to the end of the bridge, I guess, and see the collapse? Yeah. My lady, we've spotted gold down there, among the debris. We can send a few soldiers to dig it up, but if the rope snaps, those rocks will serve as their final resting place. No risks, no reward. Send the soldiers down. We've been willing to do much worse for the gold. I like how it's never actually a risk. Like, these kind of scenarios are never a gamble. It's never like, oh no, what's gonna happen? It's like, no, a second later, not even a second later, preemptively the game explicitly tells me that, hey, yeah, you're gonna lose 3 people. I should have definitely done that before the morale boost, because now it's just been wasted. So many things to spend stuff on. We're about 1,400 gold wood away, and then I can go spending things on other stuff, I suppose. I wonder if it would make sense to buy the upgrade for Meve that lets her have 1 more trinket. It feels like too much of my hand would be dedicated to trinkets at that point, But at the same time, I am starting to fill the entire board with units because of just the sheer number of them I have. So maybe one less unit in my hand might actually be more cost effective on the board. Snowball fight. Lyrian winters are mild, frosts are rare, and snow, should any fall at all, melts the moment it lands. Yet Meve's soldiers had now witnessed an expanse of the frosty powder blanket the peaks of Mahakam. They delighted in the harsh beauty of the frigid landscape. Then were struck with an ingenious idea to pack snow into small orbs and hurl them at each other. Hilarity and hearty laughter ensued for minutes. That is, until a troll joined their revelry. To their terror, he had brought rocks to a snowball fight. Oh, why can't we just enjoy the snow for 5 minutes without risking Meve dying? Oh, this poor cast of people just having the hardest time. Do not let Meve die. What? Alright, immediately damage taken. Troll Snowball. If it lands on a row, damage all units on it by 2. Force the 3 highest units to swap rows on their side. Rowdy Troll. Every turn on turn start, throw a Troll Snowball at the row with the most humans. Alright. He just wants to play. Oh, poor guy. So he's gonna throw them at the most populated row every turn. Meve has no abilities, but she'll die in 5 hits, one of which happens preemptively. Thanks. Damage all units by 2 and force the 3 highest units to swap rows. So I imagine I just have to live until he finishes throwing every ball, which is 7 more. I can take 3 of those 7. I just need to stop 4 of them from hitting me. Boost self by 7. So you're the same as always. But I don't have an ability. Yeah, I just have... Yeah, I don't have a loyalty ability to use on them. Stray's Slinger. Move 3 cards to the other row on their side. If any were units, damage them by 2. Okay, so the Slinger can reorganize. That's interesting. The Slinger can move the let's try to move you on the opposite row, I guess, to see how it works. I'm gonna have to use the Slingers to rearrange them so that we can keep me from taking hits. Every turn on turn start. Did you not throw one this turn? Am I imagining that?
My spirit's willing and how, but
Here it comes. There it goes. I go Slinger or more Scytheman. Damages by 2.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
I can't attack. Oh, come on. I can't attack the snowballs. Oh yeah, because they're immune. So I need to do another Scytheman. Because if I don't... Right, I should have put him down here. Probably. We left one behind at least. But yeah, I need to place one more Scytheman in order to avoid the fact that I would otherwise be attacking Meve directly. This seems counterproductive. I don't know how. Let's do one more turn of potentially getting Meve attacked. There we go. Not a good feeling. All right.
I've hit the white of an eye from half a league away.
Yeah. It's a little messy because they're going to take damage like that. Like major damage. All right. I need to just stop one more of them from hitting Meve. Huh. I guess technically.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
As I kill my own unit. It means that the ball will hit here. Oh, I miscounted. That was a mistake. Alright. They have more units than I thought they did. I still need to stop one more of them from hitting her.
Should've listened to me, old lady.
Okay. Emergency. Emergency. I think I lost.
Thing about slings,
Because I can't do this. That'll attack her. But if I do this, then... yeah. She'll still die.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
Alright, this one takes some unpacking. Remember when I went several episodes at the beginning without ever losing? For a while there, I was almost like unfamiliar with the concept of of ever losing a match in this game.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad
Some of these, though, are
heads.
so many steps that they almost feel Rubik's Cube-like, and that I'm just looking at them like I will not be able to calculate the most efficient solution for this one.
Kidding me. There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die. Aye.
bigger they are, easier they are to target.
I wish I had more of a plan. I'm kind of just flailing, honestly. I've never been great at the see this many steps ahead type puzzles. This can't work out for me.
They hide well.
No, I want it. Shit. No.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
I don't understand it. All right. I don't know why I'm just always perpetually really bad at like this kind of exact puzzle. Maybe I can math it out. Owie. I should probably be placing about 2 scythemen per slinger. Just going by the fact that they gave me twice as many scythemen. I wonder why the first turn behaves so differently. Normally they attack right before each time I move, or maybe right after I go or whatever. Well, you know, because we're alternating. But they open with an attack, and then after my first action, nothing happens. And then something happens. It's just a little weird.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Okay.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
Hey?
We live for now. Yeah, I think I can win it this time. So there'll be enough remaining that everyone lives. Then I can play a slinger to save Meve.
Let the storm knock out one of your teeth.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I wish I was better at those kinds of puzzles. The ones that I basically call them like sequence puzzles, where it's like it's just a large sequence of actions that have to be taken, like a Rubik's Cube or a sliding block puzzle or other stuff like that, where I kind of do just kind of end up flailing, and then I'm like, oh, I did it, yay! Like oh, that order didn't quite work. Let's try a different order. Is more or less my strategy, and it should probably be better. But that's what I do. Let's just hope I never end up playing an entire game about those. Or who knows, maybe I'd suddenly understand if it was the sole thing I was engaging with for a long period of time. Might be a bit much. Look at that ice flow. Now, that looks pretty neat. Yeah. That's interestingly animated. I like that.
Meve's force neared Davor's abyss. Signs of beastly feasting were not hard to find. Countless paw and claw tracks were impressed in the blood-stained snow. Among the boulders, bones picked clean were strewn about. Gascon lifted one from the ground.
Empty inside,
He said.
Something sucked out the marrow.
Meve's soldiers feigned indifference to the grisly sight. They marched on, their stepped rhythm unwavering, a song on their lips. Yet hearing a slight tremolo in their voices, Meve knew they merely sought to drown out their fear. A moment later, a commander's horn sounded, the signal to halt. The Queen galloped to the fore of the column and found herself at the edge of a vast, round hole in the ground. She could not see the bottom. Meve drew her reins tight to prevent her mount from taking even one step forward.
What is this? A crater? A desiccated lake?
A mine of the strip variety.
Gabor explained.
Treasures we picked and shoveled for here. Diamonds. Till we happened on the beasts, that is.
What now?
Orion's a dam. Holds back a lake. If we can break it, water'll rush in, fill the abyss and the tunnels from which the beasts emerge. Just need to get around the mine first. Way down's on the other side.
Meve squinted and gazed into the distance. Indeed, there was the dam. And at its foot, a swarm of beasts roiled about. Her soldiers gazed at their queen expectantly, their arms at the ready. She knew well they would rush into battle, in spite of their fear.
Gabor!
Meve cried out over the whirling wind.
Have you bards here in Mahakam?
Course, your grace.
Then we shall give them good reason to compose this day, on the themes of courage, of heroism, of Lyria! Gee up!
And with that cry, the queen spurred her mount, grabbed a banner, and raising it high over her head, rushed headlong at the horrid swarm.
Well, that's a fun scenario. It reminds me a little bit of The Walking Dead, in just that, like, over the course of the show and the comic and whatnot, there's just, you're just trying to think up these kind of set pieces, and this is kind of a fun example of that, like this massive funnel-shaped pit to hell looking strip mine that was canceled and abandoned when it struck monster gold, basically, and we have to figure out how to manage to deal with that. Actually reminds me of the season premiere of Walking Dead from, like, not this season, but last season, I want to say, where they had actually a similar thing, a giant pit of walkers, and a huge problem to deal with there. Davor's Abyss. The dwarves delved deep into Davor's Abyss, and from it pulled diamonds of unsurpassed quality. These stones glistened at all the courts of the north, bejeweling crowns, capping scepters, studding chalices, and glamorizing... I lost my place somehow. Glamorizing ceremonial swords. Some stayed in Mahakam, though in more mundane incarnations, as drill bits or crystal cutters, for example. Yet the days of Davor's diamond delving, that was on purpose, were long past. Now only monsters crawled out of his dark abyss. I made a I lost my place at that one point because I glanced down to see what kind of fight it was, which is a bad thing to do in the middle of a paragraph because then you just forget where you were. So it's a story battle with special rules. Shortened battle. Okay. Shortened battles bias the deck, I feel like, in favor of environmental affecting cards. Because if you can create like an obstacle on the board, it's going to be there for the entirety of the game instead of one of the 3 rounds. Gain 7 charges on your old catapult without it being destroyed. Oh. Hint, keep your catapult well maintained on all sides. I have to learn what that means. So getting 7 charges and something happens. Well, it wins probably because we destroyed the dam. Hide that for now. There you are. Old catapult. Every turn on turn start, if there are units adjacent to this one, gain 1 charge, then damage a random enemy by 5, and all other units in this row by 2. In its row, yeah. If this unit's charge count reaches 7, Meve wins the battle. What crossbows want to be when they grow up? What a name. Okay. I've had other decks that would probably be more powerful for this catapult. My current deck is not as impressive for being able to keep it healed in particular. Because I have the offense deck, so we might have to reshuffle or reorganize. You get out of here. You're not supposed to be in my hand. Let's see. If there are units adjacent, do you count as a unit? Because you are taking up a slot. I assume everything counts as a unit for that purpose. So I need to keep them surrounded, and I need to keep them repaired. I don't know how aggressive the enemies will be attacking me. It's kind of the concern right now. But if I attack them aggressively enough, then maybe they won't be able to stop me from constantly dealing with them. This guy can also keep that row pretty populated. Potentially. These guys are a good team. You're kind of, maybe. I can potentially get better cards than that, though. No. Not bad. Goes with the fire, at least. Oh.
We need to break through and destroy the dam.
I'm gonna start off by surrounding this guy with units so that he's more likely to keep getting repaired. Then I'm gonna start spewing fire. I feel like that, crossed with the fact that I started off with these 2 drawn, means that I have like an unusual amount of power to deal with him right now. Every turn on turn start, increase counter by 1 and damage random enemy by 2. Multiply this counter by 3 and damage unit by that amount. I need to kill him as fast as possible, basically. This is going to be 8 damage. Not bad. I'm going to want one of you guys. Not going to take that fire damage, huh? Not going to go that easy.
I smell a leak.
Specifically playing to either side. So I want to keep 4 units to either side. Alright, so this entire row's full now, right? Yeah. It's at a full 9. His charge didn't go up. Shit. I think I have to keep that open. That's what it means by units adjacent. I think it means it should say 2 units adjacent to this one, just so I can be clear about that. Yeah. Because it doesn't say any units, which would specify 1, but it also doesn't say 2 units, it just says units. But it's clearly not getting any charge, so I've wasted X number of turns already, basically. Shit. We'll see how it goes. This will be a big source of damage later. Start with our drummers.
Left, right, left, right.
Grace, monsters approach from all sides.
Yeah, I'm working on that. What? Dick. Move an enemy to the other row and damage it, but you son of a bitch. Alright, well that'll move him. Cavalry, move that to the other side of him. Oh no. Odo, it's way too early for you. That's a bummer.
Discipline shall bring us victory.
It's way too early for Odo. Alright. Throwing out that damage. Alright, well he's still surrounded now, so he'll hopefully still get charged, but he's never gotten a single charge yet. I have to reach 7 to win? I'm doomed, right? Can I even reach 7 anymore? Like I'm running out of game. I don't think I can reach 7 because I misinterpreted the rules at first, and now he's sabotaging me. Which is a bummer, because I could probably beat his deck pretty easily. Okay, they're just gonna kill this catapult. Shit.
Make love, not war.
This catapult has never gotten any charge ever, apparently. I have a 0% success rate so far. This is a hard scenario, evidently.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Causing some damage. What I need to do is just lock the bastard in so there's no more slots for him to move to, and then they can't make him move anymore. He's gonna be able to damage people by X amount. Shit. There's the boost. That fills up the rows. And there's the damage. Let's make sure all the 2s die. I don't want him attacking. There we go. He's definitely gonna attack my catapult, which now has a charge of 1. Yay! It's like I'm winning. I'm not winning. Well, at least he's healed. How are you healing again? Gain 1 charge, then damage and defy and all. He doesn't have a healing mechanic. It's just Isabel's heal did that, I guess. I don't have Mahaka Mail and stuff like that right now, right? No. I can't even use the Blitz card. My rows are completely full, which thankfully means they can't move the catapult. They'd have to kill it. But unfortunately I have to reach 7, and it's not going to happen. Running out of units over there, buddy. Four. Yeah, I wish. Look, an Arbalist that I can't play, and a Spala. There we go. I lose. Defeat. Alright. Alright. Do I just restart it? Let's try restarting first. I'll do a restart this episode, and then if this still doesn't work, I'll try again next episode with a reformatted deck. I just want to see if I can make this work. Y'all are boring ass cards. So now I know that I have to be on the both left and right of him at all times with the units, which is hard to do if they keep moving me. I can't do a lot about that necessarily, so we'll see. These guys will attack or return. Yeah. You son of a bitch. No.
There's
Oh.
the way down. We need to break through and destroy the dam.
So now I know I need to move you so you're not taking up the slot next to that guy. And I need to play a bomber next to you.
I smell a leak.
There we go. So I need to beat both left and right. A slizzard. If that guy gets strong enough, he can just kill my catapult. Like, that's a genuine threat. So please die. Ouchie. Not very nice.
Are you mad? Don't say that.
Your battlefield appears to be on fire. So the primary threat in this fight, for the most part, I would say, is that one, the Necker variation that throws my characters around. Should I play this guy yet? I have no idea what he'll draw is the problem. Let's start with drummers. My one drummer, shit. I usually hope for more. So every turn he doesn't draw that card, I get a +1. Oh boy. All right. Oh, you're a little wasted this early, but okay.
Looking to dance, mate.
Enjoy the -5. Okay. A lot of units on the board right now from my side. I'm a little worried that if I fully wipe out his entire field, that these cavalry will stop attacking.
Your Grace, monsters approach from all sides.
Ah, there it goes. There he goes. And he's rather damaged now.
Her Majesty is exceptional.
See that trick? I'm packing that dude in. Another one of you guys. Alright. Oh. Oh. More big damage. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more guy on each row, and they won't be able to move my guy anymore. Which is kind of the goal. Okay. Everything he does that doesn't attack me is a waste that I don't care about. And everything he does that doesn't move this guy is a waste that I don't care about. It's just those specific things that I'm worried about. Alright, so I don't want them to move him to the other row. So let's play you in this row.
Not supposed to be any smoke.
Ooh. Big heal. Yes. Big heal. There you go. Now they can't kill it, most likely. And they can't change its row because this row's full. So all these Neckers they're playing are pointless, basically. 5.
Excellent! The dam's about to give.
Yeah, it is. It's about to give. How about we play with some fun? Wow, that's really bad time for them. Anyway, here's this. Oh god. They're just gonna run out of units now. This new deck is scary. It's so different from what I had before, and it's so effective. Not to diss my old deck either, though. That one was making me win by hundreds of points. But this one seems like it's really making things work too. Get the last one played. There we go. Now my everything's sealed in with him perfectly centered on the front row with 15 health. This is about as good as things could possibly be. Oh no. Fuck you, really? Oh, thank God. I saw that. I saw the game just decide not to win.
Excellent work.
So things were in motion, so it was a little hard to tell, but I'm fairly sure that I looked at their numbers and his number of charges was equal to the amount of health on my character, so he could have just focused my catapult and killed it after all that, because he had such a comical amount of attack he could do. Whew. A little unsatisfying, though, to think that the game randomly just let me win by not doing the obvious thing it had to do.
And indeed, bards sang of this battle soon after. For no claws or fangs could break through the wall of shields the Lyrians raised that day. And no scales could protect the beasts from the Lyrians' stinging arrows and blades.
Fight! Do not relent! Let us show these beasts! It is they who should fear us!
The Queen shouted. In the end, the beasts turned to flee, yet Meve's force cut off any chance of escape. A solid wall of men began to push the monsters ever closer to the edge of Davor's abyss. Pressed from all sides, the horrors began slipping over the precipice, screeching terribly as they fell.
Blood. I haven't carried this card before.
Silence came at last. The Queen stood at the edge of the precipice, breathing heavily, leaning on her sword. From the depths of the mine came muted growls and groans.
Let's flood the damn hole,
Hissed Davor.
before any other shite crawls out of it.
A rush of icy water suddenly rose, then just as abruptly plunged into the mine, flooding the pit. And where once lay Davor's abyss, now lay Davor's pond. Meve descended back into the pass, exhausted and covered in beastly blood, yet also exceedingly pleased. She was one step closer to dwarven support in the war against Nilfgaard. Once the Lyrians had put some distance between themselves and the now destroyed monster lair, Meve ordered her men to pitch camp. Then she sent the quartermaster off for food and drink. The soldiers lit campfires, then set aside their weapons. Soon after, lively music and song could be heard throughout the camp.
Your Majesty,
Reynard said from behind Meve's back.
a messenger from the Elder-in-Chief.
The Queen turned to see a dwarf in a richly adorned jerkin and a shako with golden seams. She stifled her laugh into a smile and lifted her chin proudly, expecting praise and a pledge of aid in the war against Nilfgaard.
My lady, your daring deeds have come to the Elder's attention.
Said the dwarf in a measured voice.
He's positively irate and demands an explanation.
Irate? But why? I and my men, we've aided you greatly.
Elder Hoog awaits at the Long Bridge. You'd be wise not to keep him there any length of time.
And with that, all the Queen's enthusiasm for a celebration was instantly gone. She waited until the fires expired and the songs died down, then gave the order to march.
Well, shit. We destroyed the horror hole full of horrors, but Elder Hoog seems nonplussed. Day 234. First day of winter. Going to be mighty rough. So cold the pickaxes are freezing in our hands. Had to cease work. Day 239. The snow has started. 2 meters a day, no plow and visibility. Chimneys barely poking out of the snowdrifts. Day 245. Monsters. Attacking from all sides. Hard to hold ground. Huge losses. Day 250. Had to abandon the mine. Retreating to Burrow's Rump. Will return come spring. Tree Fuchs. I gotta see his blood card. I think I remember seeing it before in an early game played by monsters, and I don't remember if it was good or not, but I feel like it had an impact on that game at least. Ooh. Yeah, that's an interesting card. Look at 5 cards from your deck, play 2, discard the rest. You're probably losing some cards, but you're getting a really good amount of choice about what you might get to play out of those 5. A vampire delicacy, especially if the victim is thoroughly marinated in alcohol. It's a little bit of a brutal card, but it's pretty cool. As opposed to Royal Decree. Problem is that if you draw like your 5 best cards, you're like, oh no. But it could be pretty good. I'll give it a shot. Not a very appealing card to look at. It's really off-putting.